Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. We have a ton of stuff to cover today. Hope the quality's not too bad. I'm not at my house right now, but it's alright. We have a lot of blue arrows to talk about today, but I'll start off with what's going on inside of Belgorod. The Freedom of Russia Legion and the Russian Volunteer Corps have been doing another push into this region. Yesterday, they established control of Novodarivka. It was a claim by the governor of the Belgorod region that they had recaptured this settlement today, but it's just a claim and we're not entirely sure if that's true or not. This group has been very successful in causing a lot of chaos and actually making relatively large territorial gains. It seems their main goal right now is the settlement of Shebinko, mostly just raiding it or potentially capturing it as well. The estimated strength of both of these groups is about 500 each, so they only have about 1,000 here, but Russia has been really reluctant to pull troops away from their front lines to put them on to counter these attacks into Belgorod. They were seen moving some away from Luhansk and south of Zaporizhzhia, and they were targeted by Ukrainian strikes pretty well. Heading south to Bakhmut, this is where the freshest news is coming out right now. It appears like there's a lot of movement going on right on the flanks. The first and newest things today is that Ukraine has made progress down the MO3 highway by Vasilivka. They've managed to penetrate this area pretty deep, and it looks like they may be able to just keep going up here. Yesterday, it was rumored by Prigozhin that the Ukrainians had reached Berivka, but today, through combat footage, it was revealed that they've established control over at least half of the settlement. This is really beneficial because it sort of has this pincer coming in on Dubovo Vasilivka. If the Russians aren't able to contain this, it's likely going to fall back to this line, and Ukraine from then will be able to start severing stuff at Paraskovivka and Blahodotne. This is a touchscreen I'm using. It's kind of nice, actually. I'm used to a mouse. Heading south, it looks like Ukraine has been paying a ton of attention to Klishchivka. They've been monitoring all of the supply roads, and they took over this area south of Bakhmut in order to try to do a second sort of pincer movement to kick the Russians out of Klishchivka from the south and the north. Right now, it was rumored that the Russians were leaving Klishchivka, but it's unclear where that process is going or how far it's happening right now. I think we may continue to see movement here, but I think the area where we're going to start seeing movement more is this next area we're going to talk about down south in the Donetsk and Zaporizhzhia oblasts. Yesterday, Ukraine did an attack into Novodarivka and was able to establish control over it. However, the Russians counterattacked but weren't able to recapture the fields that Ukraine had taken with trenches in them as well. Ukraine did a really strong push south of Velika Novosilka, took over the settlement of Novodonetsk and this large area across the river in this thing. This is a place that I actually looked at in my video discussing where Ukraine's counterattack would be. This is the only real area of the southern front line that doesn't have heavy fortifications that are known about yet. I can't really pull up the map because I'm probably going to be using whatever free online website doesn't give me a watermark. But if you watch that video, you can see that this segment of the front line doesn't have heavy fortifications, and I figured that Ukraine may be able to do some kind of assault into the area. There's been some sort of confirmed or reported breaking of a defense line, and I'm guessing that it's probably around this area. I think the smartest idea would just be to follow this highway all the way down, and then potentially just work the way to Mariupol. Russia likely has a second defense line established along this line on Polohi and through this highway. So I think Mariupol will probably be... Oh, whoa, I've had deja vu. Wait, I've been doing this exact thing before. What's going on? It's likely that the goal of this push may be Mariupol because it's unlikely that Ukraine is going to snake around and reach Melitopol. Mainly because of the elevation in this area. This is one of the highest points inside of Ukraine except for the western part with them steppes and mountains and stuff. I don't know. We're just going to have to see though. I may be spreading misinformation intentionally. You never know. Aside from that, another small little thing, Ukraine has pushed Russia back to the fields north of Volodymyrivka by Vuhledar. It seems like there's so much going on the front at once. There's a ton of movement happening, and I don't know. We're just going to have to see what happens. Another thing I should talk about is Russia either blew the Kakhovka Dam or some sort of damage happened from neither side being able to maintain it properly. And it's flooded, and it seems like a lot of the Delta Islands have gone underwater, and it's flooding parts of Kherson City. It seems like it's causing a lot of damage, and it's going to be a really bad ecological situation. And that's all I've got today. Hopefully the quality wasn't too bad. Hopefully there's not a watermark on this video, but that's all I got. I'll see you guys later. Since I don't have my program, I'm trying out a ton of different online video editors, and I thought I'd leave a little bit of a review at the end of this for the next couple of videos. The first one I used was called Clipchamp. It's absolute garbage. Never use it because it crashed 3 times and never saved anything. The one I used to finish this was called Veed, and Veed it's okay. It's really slow, but it gets the job done, and that's better than crashing 3 times. All right, I'll see you guys later.